Alright, welcome back to Pokemon Masters. So today I'm going to show you guys how to beat the very hard co-op stage for Cheren Hilbert and Hilda with only 3 characters. Only 3 characters on my end, because doing this with a full team of only 3 characters is damn near impossible, and I wouldn't suggest you try it. So, only 3 characters on my end, and of course we're going to need some gacha characters for the random party that we're going to pick up, so you might need to reset a couple times. But the characters that we're going to run are Hao, Nanu, and Karina. So we have Hao because of his very powerful electric moves to take care of the Samurott that we have in this quest. Then of course we have Lucario to take care of the Stoutland, because she's also a very powerful single target fighting type. And then lastly, you would think that I would bring a water type, but unfortunately the only offensive water type that you get for free is Empoleon, and he kind of sucks. So instead we're bringing Nanu to support the Feraligators that we're going to try to pick up. So you first need to just search for a random party and pray to the RN gods that you pick up some people who know how this quest works. So I got very lucky with these 2 people right here. They had Feraligator, both of them, and they also had Karina as well as Hao. So you can see the teams right there. So that kind of shows you what you have to run here. So you start off the fight with Screech, at least that's what I like to do, on the Emboar, just to try to lower his defense so that the, I guess, Croconaws in this case can just mega kick the crap out of it. And at this point, you can see that on Emboar right now, you can see the trained body skill. I'm not really sure what that is. According to online resources, that just mitigates the defense reduction, which I think that means that Screech is less effective than it should be. I'm not really sure what the numbers are right now. I don't think anybody knows, seeing as how the game just came out. So we're gonna have to wait a little on information for that, but for now I'm gonna assume that Screech is actually good. So, I just keep Screeching right there, and then you actually saw that I used Bite instead of Screech at some point, and the reason for that is you can see that there is a gauge that's slowly decreasing right now, and that is called the Unity gauge, and what that does is it just increases the damage that you get from super effective moves while that gauge is still depleting. So that's a very powerful ability that you can use to deal a lot of damage against Emboar, and the way to trigger it is in just a second. You'll see that the gauge right now, you can see that it's split up into 3 sections again, and what you need to do is hit 3 attacks in sequence without being interrupted by an enemy offensive attack. So that's why I used Bite right there to trigger the Unity gauge. So right now Emboar's dead. That was pretty simple. I now keep focusing my Screeches on the Stoutland to lower his defense, just in case the Lucarios are going to have to come out. And now we just keep doing some damage to the Samurott to make sure that just to make sure that he has some lower health, because Stoutland is going to use a Sync move right now, which will most likely wipe out your front line, which kind of sucks, but we don't really need the Feraligators at this point, or, you know, Croconaws, I guess. So, at this point, I wanted to switch to Lucario, which, that's a very good idea, and I should have done that. So this is a misplay on my part. I switched to Raichu instead of Lucario, and you'll see how big of an effect this little mistake of mine has later on in the fight, because we almost lost it. So right there, I should have actually swapped to Lucario and then used my Sync move on the Stoutland to get his health lower, and instead of using the Skate on Through buff, I should have used Dire Hit if I had Lucario swapped in. But I'm an idiot, and I swapped to Raichu instead, even though one of my teammates over there, the one on the left, also swapped to Raichu and used the Sync move. I should have seen that coming. That's why I should have swapped to Lucario instead, because you only need one Raichu on the field to use their Sync move on Samurott, and then the other Lucarios, or the other 2 members should switch to Lucario and just damage the Stoutland as much as they can. But we didn't do that, so yeah, this is going to be a very close call, and the battle is going to last for a while, about 3 more minutes, I think. So yeah, just keep watching this. But one more thing I should mention is that the order of taking out these Pokemons is as follows. You should probably focus on Emboar first, because he's got that very powerful Rock Slide, which can cause flinching, and you definitely don't want that to happen. If that happens, you might as well reset, because you're probably not going to kill him if he takes out one of your offensive members with that flinch. So take out Embor first, he's very dangerous, and then up next you should probably focus on Stoutland, because as you can see right now, he's got that Sync move charging up, and he's got that Giga Impact as well, which usually after using one Sync move, his Giga Impact can just knock out any Pokemon in one shot. Like right now. He just focused the crap out of my Raichu and my Lucario, and now he's focusing me again. So that's kind of unfortunate for me, because he's going to wipe me out right now. Luckily, taking one for the team here, so my team can actually survive and do some damage to him in the meantime. But if I played it better and I'd actually swapped the Lucario at that one point where I swapped the Raichu, then we wouldn't have even gotten in this situation, and that Stoutland would probably be dead by this point. So right now you can see a Unity attack, and just in case you don't know how this one works, it's the same thing. You need to have the Unity bar active for this to work, and you can see kind of like a little heart above the bar. It's completely empty right now, but at the start of the fight, that bar usually has like a 20-something count on it, which basically means that you need to use 20 move gauges worth of attacks to lower that, or to fill up that gauge, I guess, so that you can use your Unity attack. It's just a very powerful AoE attack, but not that important. So I got wiped out, but as you can probably see, my teammates are doing very well, because now they both still have their Lucarios left, thankfully. And they should be able to take it out. Well, you know, this is a post-com, so I know they're going to take it out, but it's a very close one. And like I said, it doesn't have to be this close. Just swap the Lucario instead of swapping to Raichu. As long as one person swaps to Raichu and uses their Sync move on Samurott, you're good. You don't have to have 3 Raichus to fight Samurott. So I guess that about does it for now. This is going to be a very close one, because you can see this Lucario uses close combat, and then right now, right here, it's going to be a very cool standoff, because I guess they're both waiting for their Sync or move gauge to recover, and then Stoutland's going to use his Giga Impact, spoiler alert, and it actually misses. If it hit, that Lucario would have been dead, and we would have filled it. There you go, missed it, and then Lucario can use close combat, and that doesn't kill, but luckily, she had her Sync move, and that takes care of that. That was a very close one. But that's pretty much how you do it. You need to find the right party to do this with. So basically you need to have 3 Lucarios, 3 Raichus, and then 2 for alligators, and then you can have some sort of buffer. If you have a physical attack buffer, I think Meditite is one of them. So if you have Meditite, you can run him instead of Nanu, but like I said, completely free-to-play team, so that's why I brought Nanu, get the defense debuffs, and gonna have to look into how much that actually affects the fight, but we'll see about that later. So that's it for the very hard challenge stage for Cheren, Hilbert, and Hilda. Hopefully that was helpful, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace!